What does a day like this mean to you and for the program and all y'all have worked towards?
Yeah, I mean, it's really the epitome of what we work for, and that is to elevate the university through as one of the things through athletics. This stands for a standard of excellence in college athletics. Similar to high SAT scores in academics, which our university strives for as well, and their students and our faculty. And I'm just glad that we're able to hold up our end of the deal by symbolically being invited into a top-level conference like the Big East.
How do you see SMU competing with the schools that they
Yeah.
have? I mean, they're losing schools, but then gaining, a bunch more. So.
I think it's a great opportunity. I think we've seen the football bowl game with a formidable Big East opponent. Our basketball programs are getting better. We have, as Commissioner mentioned, the facilities and the talent base to draw from and build from. And so we feel we have everything we need to be competitive at the Big East level. The conference affiliation in college athletics kind of sets the level that you're able to compete with. Sure, there's the exceptions of a school elevating itself like Boise did in football, but as you know, that's a small percentage of schools that do it because it affects your recruiting. Good prospects want to play against good athletes and see how good they are and hopefully continue their career, and playing in the highest level, SMU is enabling us to talk and entertain, bringing prospects in at a different level, if that makes sense. And that'll elevate all of our programs.
And what does it mean to make that you have June Jones coming back to lead the team into the Big East?
He showed it against Pitt. That was a great team that had great talent, and we had a great team with a great coach that really our talent was motivated to work for and strategically came up with a game plan that it shows that we're legitimate and we're a contender. And as far as the conference discussions, even the Big East, which is the best college basketball conference in America over the last few years, the conversation was 80% about football. And that's just our society and how college athletics is. That's not knocking Big East basketball or any other sport for that matter. It's just a fact of life. And so to answer your question, for Coach Jones to do what he's done in his short period of time, it made us relevant in those national discussions. And then what we were able to do was sell the attributes of SMU. But if they aren't even returning your call, then you don't have an opportunity to sell yourself. And Dr. Turner was right. Even the Dallas Morning News, for many years we struggled with getting exposure in the media there. And finally the chairman said, yeah, let's come on down and visit with us. And what did we do in that meeting? We sold SMU's attributes. The academics, the beautiful campus, the facilities, the alumni base, the talent base, the city, the region, and it all paid off. But it all starts with success, and in this case, with football, it helped.
Do you think that by being in the Big East, you'll get more of a fan base at the home games?
I do think that's a part of it all. We really got to step up in a lot of areas at SMU, and I want to lead that, stepping it up, and surely attendance has now become our number one objective. We wanted to lessen the financial burden that athletics has in university. Well, we're doing that by joining the Big East. Exponentially our revenue from conference play will increase right the first year we play. So now, instead of the focus on generating revenue, and we always will want to generate more revenue, but now we got to focus on attendance. That'll be our number one objective for SMU athletics moving forward. In addition to, you can count on us getting better in recruiting, getting better in performance on all the athletic fields, and obviously our coaches continuing to improve, and the AD continuing to make sure we provide what our coaches and student athletes need. But the number one objective will be increasing attendance, and we're going to start the concentric circle in the middle, and the inner circle is the students. And that's what's really important. So we want to start there and then go right on out geographically, literally, to our community to our north region of the state, to the region, and so on and so forth.
When you talk about the increased revenue, whether it's from bowl payouts or from TV contracts and that kind of thing, and your desire to increase attendance, will there be an added or an addition of a marketing department to create a bigger footprint in the city?
Yeah, we're going to add back our marketing department. We had to eliminate it due to financial reasons, and now we can add it back due to the improvement of our financial position.
Timeline for that to go into place? Or?
Well, we're planning as we speak. Because even though it's about 18 months until our first official day in the Big East, now's the time to start planning it, because it will take a redesign, so to speak, a reallocation of our resources, and plus just allocation of extra resources that we never had before. And surely marketing to meet our number one objective now, which is increasing the attendance of every athletic event we have.
SMU joins as an all-sports member. Does this plan going into the Big East Conference include adding additional sports?
Possibly. I think we'll have the resources to do that. We haven't really sat down, but right now in the priority of things, marketing, increasing attendance, that would be priority one. But I think by marketing ourselves more, by having more success, we'll actually generate even more resources, more sponsorship sales, more fundraising, more ticket sales, etc. And then I'd like to think we have resources to look at sports, some of which we had before. Men's track, baseball, softball, which is very competitive in this region of the country, lacrosse. As you know, is growing here, and the Big East represents a footprint of the best lacrosse in America. So those are all things that we'll discuss, and obviously at the presidential level here.
Obviously, football and basketball kind of drive the train, and everyone talks about them. But how do you think SMU's other sports will fare in the Big East?
I think we'll blossom. I think right now we did a study that if you looked at where we are nationally ranked now, all of our sports, I believe we average in the top third, surely the top third of the Big East members right now. So I think we're going to immediately come in at that level and get better.
I guess soccer is probably a big one. I don't know
Soccer is huge. Yeah, we were sixth this year seeded in the tournament. I think
and of course the Big East
is a good men's soccer.
Right.
We'll go in and compete right away.
Yeah.
But that's our highest nationally ranked team we have. So that's our strength and their strength. or one of their strengths, basketball being a strength of theirs, and football. I mean, they are playing at that elite level, and that's what really, overall, in Division I, college athletics, there's really two levels. There's what we call the AQ-BCS level and others, and we're now back up there like we were. They didn't call it that in the old Southwest Conference days, but now SMU is back at that top plateau of college athletics, which I think the sky is the limit. I really do. SMU has all the pieces of the puzzle, and I've said it for a long time, top 25 in everything we do, but even better than top 25. Let's get to top 25, and then let's see how far we can go. And I think we can go really far.